I should have known something was wrong the moment she said, "You can trust me." I swear I'll never tell anyone. People don't swear unless they're preparing to break the promise, but I didn't see the crack forming or the storm coming, because back then, Emily Parker was my safest place. We met in 7th grade at Briar Ridge Middle School in Colorado. She had a loud, magnetic laugh that made teachers look up, and I was the quiet girl blending into the back row. Yet she chose me, pulled me out of silence, and made me feel seen in a world where I was used to being invisible. Emily dreamed of fame, YouTube, singing, acting, anything that put eyes on her and made people chant her name. I didn't care about attention. I just wanted peace. And for years she gave me that. She lay beside me during sleepovers. When nightmares woke me, she held my hand the day my mom was in the hospital after collapsing at work. She stood in front of me when kids made fun of how quiet I was, and she promised with every ounce of certainty in her voice, "We are sisters. Nothing will break us." I believed her so deeply that I would have sworn she was stitched into my soul. Maybe she was. But stitches can tear. I carried a secret so heavy it shaped everything about me, how I held my shoulders, how I breathed, how I interacted with the world. I thought I'd take it to my grave. It was the kind of secret that hollowed you out and left you a different person. But loving a friend too deeply can make you open locked doors you swore you'd never touch again. One cold November night, after a week of shaking and waking from flashbacks I couldn't control, Emily pulled me into her room and demanded I tell her what was wrong. Her room smelled of vanilla lotion and peppermint tea, the same comforting scent she always had in winter. Christmas lights hung around her window, casting soft colors across her walls like I was sitting in a cocoon of safety. I sat on the edge of her bed, knees trembling, fingers twisting the hem of my sweater, and then whispered, "There's something I've never told anyone." She sat beside me instantly, her face softening, her voice dropping to a whisper as she promised I was safe and that nothing I said would ever change how she saw me. That promise was all it took. The floodgates burst open with a force I couldn't stop. I told her about the night my father's best friend, someone practically family, hurt me. When I was 10, how I froze, how I didn't understand what was happening until it was too late, how I never told my parents because I was terrified of destroying the family, terrified of not being believed, terrified of seeing disappointment in their eyes. I told her about the fear that swallowed me whole, the guilt that lingered like poison in my blood, the years of pretending everything was normal, and the way unexpected touch made my body lock up like I was still that terrified child trapped in someone else's hands. Tears filled Emily's eyes until they spilled over. She hugged me tightly, her arms shaking as she whispered, "You didn't deserve any of that. I swear on my life, I'll never tell anyone. Ever." And I believed her. How could I not? She was my best friend, the one person I thought would protect my soul even if the world turned against me. 4 months afterward, she protected my space, understood my triggers, and made me feel less alone. She researched trauma, read articles, sent me supportive messages, and gently pulled me back whenever I drifted away emotionally. When I flinched at sudden sounds or unexpected touch, she noticed and stepped between me and whatever startled me. I thought healing had finally begun. I thought I had found someone who would never betray me. But as Emily's need for attention grew, so did her carelessness. Her TikTok started blowing up, story times, emotional monologues, dramatic videos that weren't actually dramatic but were packaged to look like they were. She exaggerated small incidents for views, cried on camera over petty arguments with her parents, created suspense around situations that didn't exist. I still didn't think much of it because she had always wanted fame. I thought she still knew the line between ambition and betrayal. I thought she valued me more than strangers online. But I was wrong in every way that mattered. One Friday evening, I was doing homework on my bedroom floor when my phone exploded with notifications, texts, calls, Instagram messages, all asking if I was okay, if it was true, if the story was about me. My heart pounded so violently I could hear it in my ears. My hands trembled as I opened TikTok, and there she was, Emily, crying under a bright ring light, soft emotional music playing in the background. Her voice shook in that overly dramatic way she used for videos that she wanted to go viral. "My best friend went through something horrible," she said shakily. "She was hurt by a man when she was just a child. She trusted me with her story, and it breaks my heart every single day. I want to raise awareness so other girls know they're not alone." My entire world tilted. She didn't say my name, but she didn't need to. Everyone at school knew who her best friend was. We appeared in almost every video together. The comments confirmed it instantly. People tagged my name, wrote paragraphs of sympathy I never asked for, and dissected details they had no right knowing. Some even guessed who the man was. I dropped my phone, unable to breathe. She had taken the thing that shattered me, the thing that wasn't hers, and offered it to millions like entertainment. By morning, the video had 600,000 views and was still climbing. Emily showed up at my house early, frantic, begging me to listen. I stepped outside and closed the door behind me because I didn't want her in my space anymore. She kept talking rapidly, saying she didn't mention my name, that it was for awareness, that people needed to hear stories like mine, but all I could hear was her voice using my pain like a tool. People know it's me, I told her. When she insisted her video was helping people, I asked, did you even think about helping me? And her silence was louder than any words she could have spoken. I blocked her number that night. At school, I ignored her in the hallways. She tried reaching me, waiting for me after class, leaving notes in my locker, but I didn't respond. I couldn't. Every time I saw her face, all I felt was violation. A month later, her channel was demonetized. People accused her of exploiting trauma for views. She lost followers faster than she had gained them. Her comment sections turned on her, calling her manipulative, selfish, clout-hungry. I didn't laugh. I didn't enjoy it. But I did finally feel seen, not by strangers, but by the universe. After graduation, she approached me in the parking lot, mascara streaked down her cheeks, her hands shaking. She said she lost everything, that brands cut her off, that people were calling her a fraud. I never meant to hurt you, she choked out. I was stupid. I wasn't thinking. I just wanted to be noticed. For a second, she didn't look like the girl who betrayed me. She looked like the girl who once sat beside me under Christmas lights and promised to protect me. I told her I forgave her, and her face lit up with fragile hope, until I added. But we can't go back to how things were. Her expression broke completely. She nodded slowly, tears falling again. I know. I ruined everything, she whispered before walking away forever. Healing didn't happen overnight. It came slowly, painfully, through therapy sessions, through writing in journals, through finding friends who didn't need my pain to feel significant, through learning that my story wasn't a bleeding wound but a testament to my strength. A year later, in a survivor support group, I shared my story in my own words for the first time, trembling but determined. When I finished, a girl across the room whispered, "Thank you." I've never heard someone describe exactly what I feel. And in that moment, I realized something powerful. Awareness means nothing if it's built on someone else's suffering. Today, no one speaks for me. No one tells my story for fame, for views, or for a pitiful round of applause. My voice is mine, every truth, every scar, every healed piece, and I finally know how to use it, not because someone exposed me, but because I chose to rise.